Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It is a fantastic Monday morning. This is the Going Broadway podcast. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us. As always, my name is Alex. To my immediate left, as always, is Cole. Cole, what's going on?
Man, it is a great day to talk about wrestling.
We will be talking about wrestling. We'll be talking about our predictions for Fyter Fest Day 1, our predictions for NXT Great American Bash Day 1. There was something else we were going to do today, too.
Well, if we can't remember, we can't do it.
What else was it?
But because we're the greatest podcast ever, today we have something special for you.
We do, you guys. So we're going to be doing another game show giveaway this morning. Hop on over to our YouTube channel. It's goingbroadwaypodcast.com/YouTube, or just go to YouTube and type Going Broadway Podcast in the search box. Our live episode will pop up. The reason I say that is because generally with these, these game show-esque competitions, as it were, that we put on, YouTube generally has the more real-time, up-to-date video. So my recommendation would be, guys, if you have a YouTube account, hopefully you do, and that you've subscribed to our channel. If you have not, I recommend doing so you can be entered into future giveaways, including our 3-belt giveaway that we're still hoping to do in the near future. We still need to get to 5,000 Facebook likes, and we still need to get to 1,000 followers on Twitter. That being said, if you want the best chance to win this morning, hop on over to our YouTube channel, log in with your profile. So whenever you comment, we can see who you are. In fact, I don't think you can comment on a YouTube video if you're not logged in. So
no, you can't. You have to be logged in.
So my recommendation, guys, take the next few minutes. If you want the better chance to win, hop on over to our YouTube channel. Or you can have Facebook and YouTube going at the same time. I mean, my assumption is that YouTube is more up-to-date. Generally, it is by anywhere from, I'd say, 5 seconds to 20 seconds. Just it kind of depends on the day. So this morning, as far as our giveaway, though, we will not be doing mashups. We're legit going to be doing straight-up themes that you guys have to name. It'll just be a single wrestler. However, the kicker is you need to know your old school wrestling this morning, because we're going to be playing a lot of old school themes. So just keep that in mind. As I said, please hop on over to our YouTube channel if you want the better chance to win. Right now, at least on my end, it shows we've got about 20 people on our YouTube channel. We've got about 24 on our Facebook page. So that means we got about 45-ish people watching, give or take. I'll tell you what, let's do our predictions for Fyter Fest and Great American Bash. We'll get that out of the way. I forgot to mention this will be a shorter-ish show today. We'll probably go about an hour or a little more, hour and 15 this morning. As a lot of you know, I have other work commitments here in this office, and basically I have a call I got to jump on. So that being said, while we are doing our predictions for both, like I said, please hop on over to our YouTube channel. Once we do these predictions for Fyter Fest and Great American Bash, we will go straight into the giveaway. Also, as we're going through our predictions, let us know what you guys think. By the way, I'm sorry, just a blanket good morning to everybody watching. We appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. I can't say that enough. Let's see. Let's tackle Great American Bash first. So far, there are 5 announced matches on the card. Cole and I were talking about this. There will probably only be the 5. They might throw in a 6th, but I'd be surprised if they do. If they wanted to have a pay-per-view-esque feel, especially, I read a comment that it's like AEW and WWE/NXT. They're like having a competition over which version of my NWA will be better, because it's like AEW is very much akin to NWA, WCW, period. And then you've got Great American Bash, which that was a creation of Dusty Rhodes back in the 80s. And, Triple H is behind the scenes of NXT, who Triple H is a fan of the old school stuff as well. So I just read that comment. I thought it was funny. But nonetheless, so like I said, we've got 5 matches on the card. And it's a very underwhelming first night of NXT Great American Bash. Both are going to be 2 nights. We're just doing predictions for night 1, so this upcoming Wednesday. We'll probably do predictions for nights 2 the following Monday.
Yep.
So this morning, Graham Wolfhall, yes, I can see your comments. Joe, I want to read some of these comments. These are good. David Tilley says, how old is old school? You'll just have to find out. Brian's on YouTube. Awesome. Joe Howard, I'm at work hiding so I can watch the show. Don't get yourself in trouble, guys. But we appreciate it. The Large Fry. I love that YouTube name. Again, just a blanket good morning. I mean, you guys lit up our comment thread even before we went live, so we appreciate it. All right, night 1. Let's just tackle these one at a time. We got Orny Lorcan against Timothy Thatcher in a singles match. It doesn't say it's any kind of a special gimmick match or anything like that. I mean, part of me is just like, this first night's so underwhelming. I feel like we're going to breeze through this, at least as far as NXT goes. I mean, I'm going to say Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because we were talking about how we don't think there was going to be more matches added. If you think about a typical like NXT pay-per-view, they usually have about 5 matches on the card, and it's like a 3.5 hour show. So this is a 2-hour episode of NXT with 5 matches on the card. I feel like this one's a no-brainer. I feel like Timothy Thatcher they kind of want to build him. And there's never really been a build for Oney Lorcan, so
I mean, aside from little vignettes they've done with him and his tag partner,
tag teams, but in the singles match, I think Timothy Thatcher.
This does just kind of seem like a match they just threw on there just because.
Well, they've been doing vignettes with Timothy Thatcher, and we haven't really seen him since the fight with Matt Riddle in an actual ring. So I think this might be the match that kind of starts his run or his actual match run.
Real quick, TJ McMillian. I apologize. It's Monday. Bear with us. He said, I just want to shout out. I support you guys so much. You guys are amazing. I'm subscribed and I got the notifications. TJ, we sincerely appreciate it. Honestly, we really do.
It's my boy TJ. What's up, buddy?
Let's see. Let's look at this one next. Dexter Lumis and Roderick Strong. Uh-oh. Man, how long?
Too early for this.
No kidding. We weren't even 10 minutes. We weren't even 10 minutes in. We got our first blackout. Roderick Strong and Dexter Lumis strap match.
This is the one that's hard for me. The whole entire card is kind of predictable for me.
I agree. I feel like this is the one where I'm just like, it's kind of a toss-up. I'm going to go Dexter Lumis on this, only because if you have Dexter Lumis lose, where do you go from there? I mean, they've kind of built this feud with Undisputed Era, and then if Roderick Strong wins, then what? I mean, it kind of felt like
it would have to be a dirty Roderick Strong win for me to get behind it. I'm going to say Dexter Lumis as well, just because I also feel like night 2, I think we're going to see the Keith Lee, Adam Cole winner takes all match. And I really feel like my prediction there will affect everything. But I think you got to keep Roderick Strong clean to move on.
Yeah. Okay, so we're both saying Timothy Thatcher. We're both saying Dexter Lumis. So let's look at this one. Handicap match. Rhea Ripley against Aaliyah and Robert Stone.
Oh, man.
I'll let you predict this one first. I mean, I'll say that I'll give my prediction after you, but mine's not necessarily clear cut, but I mean,
this is gonna be my swerve one. I'm gonna go Aaliyah and Robert Stone, and I think they're gonna I think they're gonna do a storyline where Rhea has to work with Robert Stone and be frustrated, and then they'll kind of carry it on. But I think it keeps Rhea out of the title picture right now, because Rhea's kind of that star she's kind of in that Charlotte place where because she's so good and she's so over, do you just keep putting her in the title picture and having her lose? And so I feel like this is a storyline that could keep her away from Io to where Io can actually face some other opponents.
Wow.
So I'm going to go Aaliyah and Robert Stone. I don't think she loses in a clean, hits a finisher and loses. I think it's more going to be Robert Stone's distracting her and Aaliyah rolls her up or something along those lines, something a little bit more quick.
Yeah.
but I think I'm gonna go with Aaliyah.
So this is your bravery test pick.
That's
all right.
my
All right, I'm going Rhea Ripley on this one. I mean, how you described it, it kind of was like, yeah, I can kind of see that. It just seems very, not that they're burying Rhea Ripley, but I mean, she was like NXT Women's Champion, and they had her like she was had the hottest run of just about anybody on NXT, and then it's like.
But if you kind of think about it, they've done this before with like John Cena and some of these other like big stars. Like when they
I need to get that John Cena soundbite.
when they have a person that is so over but they want them out of the title picture, you sometimes have to put them in a storyline that will still keep you interested in what they're doing.
But that's just it. This doesn't keep me interested in Rhea Ripley. That's just me.
I think it would when I think of the storyline that could come of this. I think of Rhea having to carry the bags and like kind of getting treated like the redheaded stepchild, I guess would be the thought that comes to my mind. But kind of having to like play second fiddle and get kind of treated, really, really bad until she hits her breaking point. She starts beating up on Aaliyah. She starts beating up on Robert Stone again. And it kind of keeps it maybe a 2-month-long storyline where she's just kind of taking crap from them and then finally.
I guess where I'm coming from, and if it's a matter of Rhea Ripley giving the rub to Aaliyah, but it's just, I mean, I watch NXT, don't get me wrong, and I'm still just kind of like, I have this mentality or this mindset of, who is Aaliyah? I mean, not that I don't know who she is. That's just how it feels for me.
Right.
Robert Stone, we know who he is. I mean, because he was what's his face in Impact. Can't think of his name now. Who is Robert Stone in Impact?
You're shocking me right now. I think I know now who. Like now, looking at him, I was like, oh, that could be who it is. Was he the one that was with Joaquin Phoenix?
Robbie E.
Robbie E. Yeah. I didn't realize that was him. He looks way different.
Oh yeah, he does. Michael Turo, Michael says, do you guys see Tessa joining Dad in AEW or WWE? We purposely did not want to discuss that because we're going to be kind of short on time today. We wanted to get through these predictions. We wanted to do the giveaway.
Table that for Thursday.
We can discuss that Thursday. My short answer is WWE, and who knows, by Thursday
we might have an answer.
She might kind of surprise us on night 1 of NXT, just as kind of a
swerve. I don't know. She's stuck in Mexico still, isn't she?
I don't think she's technically stuck. I think her problem is she's afraid that if she comes to the U.S., she'll be stuck in the U.S. and not get back to Mexico.
Gotcha.
All right, we've got so this was just announced over the weekend. Io Shirai against Sasha Banks.
I like this.
I like the match too, but
I'm going Io.
I am too. I have a hard time seeing Io Shirai losing this match.
I think home setting. So NXT being the home setting, you just had Io win the belt. She hasn't really fought a match since she won the belt, and so I just don't think. And Sasha doesn't need the win.
No,
like Sasha,
not at all.
Sasha is one of the most over women on the roster right now. I think you have Io win this match to kind of help get her built, especially since it's a non-title match. That's the only thing that scares me, is that it's a non-title match. And when you put the word non-title on it, to me, automatically I think the champion's losing.
But like you said, in this case, Io hasn't even had a match since she won the title. Not that I recall anyway.
I just don't think you can have her lose, regardless of who she was facing. I would say if it was Charlotte 101, I would say you need her to have a win.
I agree.
So I think Io gets this win, and I couldn't pick a better opponent to kind of get her a little bit more over on NXT.
Let's read a couple comments real quick. David suggests Asuka interferes. I don't think we see Asuka back on NXT. John says Io for the win. Saki the Sock Puppet says Io Shirai as well. All right. We got one more match for night 1. We've got Dakota Kai, Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, Tegan Nox. Fatal 4-way elimination match for the number 1 contendership for the NXT Women's title.
This one's hard.
This, for me, I'm just kind of like, this is one of those where I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. I feel like it's almost too easy to predict.
I disagree.
Well, okay, I'll give you my prediction, and okay, let's put it this way. I'm saying Mia Yim, but if Mia Yim doesn't win, I think I'm giving the nod to Candice LeRae.
So here's the thing. I don't see for Io's first opponent, because right now Io's kind of like, I feel like she had a face turn without us knowing she had a face turn.
Kinda.
And that's where I get kind of confused, because Io could jump right back into being a heel and you would have never known it.
Mm-hmm.
Or she could kind of keep running with this face turn. And just by her kind of coming out to the aid of, who was it? Was it Tegan and Shotzi?
Yeah.
To me, that seemed like a face thing to do. I have a hard time believing that a face that they're gonna have a face compete against Io Shirai as her first title opponent.
Well, you got to think. My logic is they didn't necessarily say, okay, this is going to be on a takeover match. Like, this could just be on.
Right.
This could be. They could have the winner of this match be on Great American Bash Night 2.
Night 2. That's true.
And it wouldn't necessarily have to be this, feud or program. That's just. I mean,
like a one-off match.
Yeah, I mean,
I get that.
the way my logic real quick is Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox, I'm kind of ruling out because I don't see them. Dakota Kai is somebody that you almost have to build if she's going to go for the NXT title, the NXT Women's title. And if you're going to build her to it, I almost feel like you need to put the belt on her, but it's too soon to do that. Tegan Nox, just for me, it doesn't seem like she seems like she'd be an underwhelming, not only an underwhelming NXT Women's Champion, just an underwhelming opponent for Io Shirai.
Maybe right now. I
correct.
like Tegan a lot.
Oh, I do too. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like the timing of it just doesn't feel. I feel like the two that they're really kind of pushing on the women's roster that are in the at least of the four in this match, the two that seem the most likely are Mia Yim and Candice LeRae, and I feel like Mia Yim gets the win, but then Candice LeRae will cost her during the title match. That's my logic.
And here's the thing. Mia Yim's probably my favorite, probably one of my top 2 or 3 favorite women, maybe in WWE. I just really like her character. I really like what she does. But I just can't. She got a title match against Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like if you keep putting her in title matches where she's going to lose, you lose out on her later on when it's time for her to be champion.
Okay. That's a good point. You know what? Because of that, I'm switching mine to Candice.
I'm confused.
Because I totally forgot about that title match. I'm switching mine to Candice.
I'm stuck between Dakota Kai and Candice LeRae. I really am, because I feel like Dakota Kai, because she has Raquel in her corner, she kind of has that underdog heel vibe that just makes me think that Raquel could get involved, help her win this match. Raquel could always keep getting involved.
But haven't they teased kind of a Raquel and Dakota dissension a little bit?
Not enough for me to think. They tease a lot of dissensions and then they don't do anything with them. They tease dissension between the Iconics and we haven't seen
That's true.
anything from that. So I don't know. I'm going to go Candice LeRae.
Okay.
Just because I think with the storyline that they've built with her, you almost can't not have her in the title picture right now.
And she's not. I don't recall her having one NXT Women's title match since she's been on the roster, and she's been there for a while.
She's had plenty of opportunities to get into a title match, and she might have been in like a Fatal 4, something that wasn't a one-on-one shining moment.
Yeah. Okay, so inevitably, what's going to determine the prediction winner between us two is that handicap match. Because otherwise, we predicted the same.
I'm
winners.
okay getting that one wrong too, because I like Rhea. I think that's the swerve I would actually.
I got you. Okay.
Shock me.
All right. We'll move on to Fyter Fest here in just a second. If you've just joined us, we just wrapped up our predictions for night 1 of NXT Great American Bash. We're going to do our predictions for night 1 of Fyter Fest, and then we're going to go straight into our giveaway. I'll go through the rules of the giveaway once again before we start it. So hang out with us for a little while longer. And if you're watching us live, please jump over to our YouTube channel or our YouTube video. You'll have the better chance to win simply because it has the more real-time video. I think it's on any given day, YouTube is generally 5 to 20 seconds ahead of Facebook. So jump on over to our YouTube channel if you want to have the best chance to win. All right, let's jump to Fyter Fest, night 1. Cole and I were talking before we went on. Fyter Fest and Great American Bash are kind of reversed in that night 1 is stacked for AEW Fyter Fest, and it's not, I mean, it's kind of underwhelming for NXT Great American Bash. But then night 2, we don't know night 2 for Great American Bash yet, but night 2 for Fyter Fest is kind of leaves a little to be desired, I'm putting it nicely.
I was just telling him that you would have thought that AEW would have at least balanced their title matches a little bit better. Like, I'm okay with like the TNT title and the women's title being defended on the same night, and then do the tag match and the world title on another night, or you know, any combination of those.
Agreed.
I do think the TNT and the world championship headline the shows.
Agreed.
But I would have thought those other title matches would have fell on separate shows, and I really feel like the Great American Bash is saving their title matches.
Their night 2 is going to be stacked
for night 2. So you're going to see that Keith Lee, Adam Cole for both titles, winner takes all. You're going to see probably that women's match. I didn't even think of that. That women's match, which means all 3 titles are going to be defended, and it wouldn't shock me if they have the
4.
women.
They might have 4 titles defended.
It wouldn't shock me if they bring the women's tag titles down to be defended again too.
That would make 5.
And then you'll have the cruiserweight.
That's true.
Drake Maverick probably versus King Cuerno is what I know.
What's his face?
El Hijo. He has a new name now. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you his new name.
El Hijo de Fantasma.
The dudes change names every 10 seconds, but. So I feel like they're saving all their title matches for night 2, which I feel like they're going to get more views on the night 2, which to me is probably more important than night 1.
I agree.
And so I don't know. I'm just kind of torn right now.
You at least want your night 2 to be just as successful as night 1. Now, I will say this, as far as the history of the Great American Bash, so I won't do a huge history lesson by any means, but Great American Bash used to be a week or 2 of an NWA tour, basically. So you basically had you basically just had matches night after night after night after night for, again, a week, 2 weeks, just depended on the year. Excuse me, until it finally became a single night pay-per-view for WCW. Usually how the Great American Bash worked is that you would have a better card each and every night throughout the tour. Now they'd be in different towns just about every night. I mean, they might do back-to-back shows in a specific town. But throughout the tour, the card got better and better and better and better. And maybe that's what NXT's logic is. And if it is, good for them. I would rather AEW, like Cole said, at least make night 2 be just as good as night 1. And a simple way to do that would just, in my opinion, simply be to reverse the AEW tag title match, put that on night 2, and then put the 8-man tag match with FTR and the Bucks against Lucha Bros and Butcher and the Blade, put that on night 1. Just reverse those, and then you'd be set.
Pretty confident on these no title matches.
Santos Escobar.
Santos, yeah. Who cares? I don't.
Sorry, no, I was trying to think of it too.
I loved him as King Cuerno, and I just can't see him as anything else. So, anyways, I think AEW must be pretty confident that their stars can put on a match that's entertaining to watch.
That 8-man tag match is going to be.
Oh, that's going to be a spot fest.
It's going to be good.
That might be match of the night for me on that night. But
look again, guys. If this is one of the first few times you've ever watched our podcast, I look for any excuse to play any sound bites. So that's why I want to get a John Cena sound bite, so I can just anytime Cole says
he can roast me.
No. Just anytime you say Cena or John Cena, I'll just have a sound bite ready. Goes, and then just then be done with it. All right, let's look at this one first. There's a lot of tag matches on the first night too. Everything on the card is either a tag match or a title match.
It's like, hey, how can we get the most people on this?
Basically,
tag match. I think we should go tag match.
What was it this past week's Dynamite or the week before? Like every match was a tag match.
It's like, okay, we're thinking tag match tonight. What do you think? Yeah, I think tag match.
Yeah, we need to get about 30 people on this card. So we're gonna have
what's a good follow-up match for this tag match? Oh, maybe another tag match.
Let's do a 6-man tag. We'll do an 8-man tag. You know what? Let's just throw 10 guys out there. 10-man tag match.
No fatal fours, no triple threats. Like if you really wanted to get all these like random people together in a match, like just do like a battle royale or a fatal four or whatever. It's like no tag match, vignette, tag match,
vignette for a tag match.
Singles match, interference turns into tag match.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
All right, so we got Private Party against Santana and Ortiz. This one's hard because I feel like Santana and Ortiz have taken a lot of L's lately.
They all need the win.
Agreed.
I'm going to Santana and Ortiz.
I am too. If you watch Being the Elite, they've really kind of teased Private Party and just kind of a rib in the sense that for the last 2 weeks they'll say like, sorry, we don't have anything creatively for you. We couldn't get you on Dynamite, couldn't get you on the card, we couldn't get you on AEW Dark or whatever. And I like when they intermingle, I guess is maybe not the best word, but they storylines bleed basically between BTE and AEW. So really, because I don't have any other logic to base it off of besides, again, Santana and Ortiz have taken a lot of L's lately, I'll say Santana and Ortiz as well. We've got, let's look at Jurassic Express against MJF and Wardlow. I'm just saying MJF and Wardlow on this one. I'd love to see Jurassic Express get the win, but I feel like they're really pushing this whole MJF hasn't had a loss for X amount of months or however long it's been. Now they could do that, or they could continue the dissension, I guess, with MJF and Wardlow and have them lose. But I think it'd be maybe a little too soon to pull the trigger on that. They might kind of tease a little bit of dissension, but I still say MJF and Wardlow get the win.
So there's a couple things that go into my answer. They don't count tag matches as losses towards singles wrestlers, though.
Right.
So this would be the perfect match for MJF to lose, where his singles record is still intact.
Right.
Which is why I thought it was interesting that they made this a tag match in this regard and didn't just do Wardlow versus Luchasaurus or another Jungle Boy versus MJF type thing.
Yeah.
Also, you guys got to pay a lot of attention to the things that Jim Ross says. All right, because Jim Ross has a habit of accidentally saying things that he probably shouldn't have said or worded.
I agree. I love JR.
And it kind of gives almost too much context to the story that lets you know kind of what's going to happen. And something that he said on Dynamite, I want to say it was this last Wednesday, is that at some point Wardlow is going to be a single star here.
Yeah.
And that to me was like foreshadowing. Was like, okay, why would you say that when right now they're building a tag match? Why would to me that's not like when you're trying to build a tag match, you're saying, man, MJF and Wardlow they're united or whatever, or you're talking about the dissension.
Right.
You don't ever talk about them as single stars. And he was talking about how much of a single star Wardlow was going to be here in this company in the near future, I think is kind of how he worded it. And I was just like, well, why would you say that? Because right now he's MJF's lackey. Like I just didn't understand it. I'm going to go with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
Okay.
I think that MJF and Wardlow can lose this match. I do think you'll see dissension. I don't think you'll see a split. But I do think you'll see dissension between MJF and Wardlow. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy get the win.
Okay. Let's see. AEW Women's Title match. We've got Shida against Penelope Ford. I mean,
I don't even have to talk about it.
It's Shida.
Shida.
I mean,
Penelope Ford to me is not there. I'll tell you who I want to see more of. I want to see more of Allie. So I'm hoping they build her more because I think she could be incredible. Penelope Ford, to me, should just be a manager. I don't think she's that talented.
She's not bad, but she just botches way too much. I mean, she's
not entertaining to watch.
She's not entertaining. She's got an athleticism to her in-ring work.
That's not enough.
No, I agree. I 100% agree. She botches too much in the ring. I mean, literally, I don't think I've watched a match that she's been in where she has not botched a move of some kind. It might just be something that's nothing. I mean, it might just be a clothesline that she botches. But at the same time, if you're botching a simple move like a clothesline, something's off.
It's not just the botching for me; it's the timing. I feel like she's always late to the punch or late to the move. I feel like she's always out of sync, and I feel like she just ruins the match.
She does hesitate.
Like there's just a lot of and it's not a diss at her. Like I feel like she could be better, like she could grow, but right now I just don't understand why they're even trying to put her in that storyline when you have other talented wrestlers. Like to me, Big Swole is so much better than her in the ring.
I agree.
I think Allie is so much better than her in the ring. And actually, I think Brandy Rhodes is better than her in the ring. And Brandy Rhodes is not that good in the ring.
Brandy Rhodes, I'd say Brandy's average. I mean, she's improved too. I mean, it's
over the years. Yeah.
It's just one of those things that she's improved, but we don't get to see it unless. I mean, she was on AEW Dark, I think, last
her
week.
And Allie in a tag match.
And I think they're actually having another tag match either on Dark or Dynamite. Well, it's not on Dynamite because we've got Fyter Fest, but. Larry, real quick, Larry Nickel says, when does the giveaway? We're going to wrap up our predictions, and then we're going to do the giveaway shortly, so stick with us. Snake Eyes Hip Hop says she has the Sable complex. She doesn't want to get hurt. Don says Penelope Ford not ready for a title. John says bring Riho back. I'm not a big Riho person.
No, Riho, I will say this. Riho's better than Penelope Ford.
Oh, 100%.
Talented, but also boring.
Yeah,
Riho has no personality. She's a very cute, petite Japanese woman who I think kind of gets by being kind of cute and then having a decent in-ring moveset.
Well, she's one of Kenny's projects too.
True, but
it's not projects, prodigies.
And so I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of her getting the title. Now they built her like in an underdog story. I might be able to get behind it, but they just sold her to me as this like over thing. Yeah. And I was like, it's not believable.
Here's what I'm getting at, or here's my thought process. It's almost like with the women's division and specifically the women's title, they're kind of just, they being AEW, they're kind of just, they're throwing temporary matches at us, even temporary short-lived feuds until Britt Baker gets healed. Larry Nickel, heresy. He says Brandy Rhodes is better on the mic as a ring announcer than Justin Roberts. 100% disagree. I love Justin Roberts. Brandy's not bad. Don't
no
get me
one's
wrong,
dissing her mic skills. I'm saying she's better than Penelope Ford in the ring. No one's talking about her mic skills, and her wrestling ability is not amazing. That's my point. Is that Penelope Ford is not amazing, and that's why I don't understand why she's in a title match. Period. Chris Statlander would be a better. Now she got hurt though.
Yeah, she's hurt.
So, I mean, that's the other thing is that the women's division in AEW is just taking a nosedive into injuries, and not just small ones. We're talking
6-7 months.
6-7 months. I mean, Chris Statlander's out, Britt Baker's out, and then you're not even using, like I said, you're not even using people like Big Swole.
Which blows my mind.
Big Swole is so good. I mean, she's also a little bit smaller, but she's got so much charisma that would be the perfect person to put up against Sheeta right now, who doesn't really cut promos, who doesn't really do anything of that sort. So
Brody Blankenship kind of beat me to it. He mentioned Kinsey Page. If you've not seen her, she's pretty good. Anna Jay is pretty good. Now, I'm not saying throw them in the title picture yet, but give them a year.
Abaddon. Yeah. I know you didn't like her. I just had to say it. But that's what I'm saying. Like there's more women there. This is, and we'll talk about this more on Thursday, but this is why AEW should be looking at signing a big woman name right now, because they are missing star power to begin with. Even if Britt Baker and Chris Statlander and all those women are good, they were already, to me, the weakest women's division almost out there.
Agreed.
Maybe NWA might be behind them, but for the most part, one of the weaker divisions out there, and you need a star to begin with, and then your stars are starting to get hurt. What are you going to do? And this is a good chance to see. what do you do when there's nobody to go up against your women's champion? You can't do Nyla Rose again. You just had her lose. So it's like, who else can you put in this match? And they're like, oh, Penelope Ford. And I was like, what?
Yeah. And Mr. Ryan makes a good point. If Tessa jumps to WWE, I mean, that's like not the nail in the coffin, but that's just kind of like.
That is the biggest woman name you could sign right now.
Oh,
I mean, there are
easily,
other
by
women
far.
that could help the AEW roster. Like, this is not the end all for them. There are plenty of women on Impact who are looking for maybe more of a TV time that could also be intriguing signings. But I just feel like Tessa is the probably one of the hottest free agent women that are out there, and I don't mean hot by her looks, so do not get that conveyed wrong.
Most talented.
Most over.
Now, I think the problem is we know that Kenny runs the women's division. He's probably not going to touch her just because of, different backstage stories and things like that. So, nonetheless, we're in agreement, and I think a lot of you guys watching are in agreement that the AEW women's division, they need some star power. Especially even if Britt Baker, like Cole said, even if Britt and Chris Statlander weren't hurt, they don't have a name that stands out in their division. You go over to WWE, now I get they have a larger talent pool, but you've got a dozen women on that roster that you could point to any one of them and say,
you're up.
They are or could be the face of our women's division.
The problem is that Impact to me has a better women's division. And that's the thing that I think bothers me more is that you have a TV, a huge audience, a good TV slot, and you have talented women. So either get me a name or get me a build.
Agreed.
Start building somebody, which is, to me, Big Swole is the perfect person to start building to kind of help carry the mantle. It doesn't have to carry the belt, to help carry the mantle. And I think she's the perfect person to kind of help. And she is in that storyline with Britt Baker right now, kind of just picking on her, teasing her, or whatever. But you also have Mel, and I feel like Mel could be a good woman, a woman heel that you could build. I mean, there's just so many women there that they could be building that actually can put on an okay match.
It's just crazy. They do have options, and they're not pulling the trigger on anything. So,
and we went with Penelope Ford. I don't know. I didn't mean to get on that rant, but
no, we're good. William says AEW needs Tessa for enhancing women's division. Again, I don't think they're going to go that route. In fact, last I read, we'll tackle more of this Thursday, but last I read, AEW actually had zero interest in her. Bonnie said the same thing. Tessa should go to AEW. I don't think they're going to. I don't think AEW wants to touch her right now.
We might have more info on Thursday, so we're kind of tabling that for then.
Yep. We've got the AEW tag title match, Kenny and Hangman Adam Page against Best Friends. I'd be shocked, to be completely honest, if Best Friends wins this. So let's put it this way. I'm saying Omega and Hangman Page walk out as champions regardless of the outcome of the match. I don't think you have a title change yet.
Right, here's the problem I have. They did so good at teasing this Hangman Page turn, and then it's like they shut it off.
Like they've done a lot of teases with heel turns and
like
dissensions and things like that.
He is still of the mindset that he's not the elite anymore. Like he still kind of talks about that or kind of shows dissension there.
And on the episodes of BTE, he's just there kind of hanging out, doesn't really say much.
And so I would say I would want to see the Hangman Page turn, but I feel like they might have nixed it. And I don't know, it may just be something that they're waiting for a crowd response on, like they've been waiting to see if they could get an audience back, because that really would pop even harder if there was an audience.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if we look at Fyter Fest and we look at their cards, where do you see a title change happening if there is one? And I'm looking at it saying I don't see one.
I don't see one either.
And
not to spoil our next prediction.
But this is why I say that. I'm going to go Best Friends. Because if I was to go safe and if I was to say, okay, right now, I don't see any title changes. I do think there has to be one in this 2-night thing for me to kind of be like, okay, this kind of sold as a 2-night pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And out of all of them, I think this is the one that I could say, okay, you can put the belt on these guys and it'll be all right. One, it gets Kenny and Omega and Hangman Page. I don't know if we see the turn. It might be what causes the turn.
Yeah.
Is losing.
Okay.
But with FTR coming in and kind of wanting to run the tag division, Kenny and Hangman aren't like an established tag team. They were just kind of both elite, and that was kind of it.
Right.
And so I think they really want to put the focus on making sure that everyone that's in the tag division is an actual established team. And so if you take the belts off of them and then you kind of have them start feuding with each other, because they're both kind of lacking feuds right now.
Agreed.
Yeah, have them feud with each other, do that, and then look at having best friends hold the belts while FTR kind of runs through Butcher and the Blade, the Young Bucks, Lucha Bros, whatever, and there's plenty of tag teams to fill the tag division for the tag belts still.
Okay.
To kind of get best friends over for when they face FTR or the Young Bucks or whoever that is.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going. I'm going best friends.
All right. I'll say this. If best friends do win this match, I don't see them holding the tag titles for more than 3 months.
I think at the next major pay-per-view they might lose it. But I think this is a great way to kind of reward them as well for kind of helping carry the show during this time. I mean, they've been
they put on good matches,
prominent parts of the show.
All right.
And then it looks like we end with
Cody and Hager. We both already said we think Cody's going to retain or at least keep the belt regardless of the outcome of the match. I don't have really much to say about it. I just simply put, I think Cody retains. I don't think that I don't think they take the TNT title off Cody until they put it on somebody that they've really, if they don't put the AEW world title on MJF, I think they'll put the TNT belt on MJF. I see MJF holding one of those belts within the next 6 months.
Obviously, I'm picking Cody. For me, I would be okay with Jake Hager winning this had they built it better. They just kind of had Jake come out, 2 weeks ago, and kind of just tease that he wanted a shot at it, and then they did the weigh-in or whatever, the press conference.
Yeah.
And that was, to me, it wasn't bad, but it didn't really like sell me on it. I feel like this is gonna be a match where Jake kind of dominates the match for the most part, and then Cody kind of gets out at the very end. Like I said, I'd be okay because I feel like the Inner Circle could use a belt, but I just don't know if Jake's the guy to carry the belt. I would have said before all of the things that have happened, I would have said.
Sorry, guys.
I would have said that I would have been more okay with Sammy Guevara holding a belt, but with the current climate of wrestling right now, which we've already discussed on past shows that we are not really going to get into on that kind of stuff, that's obviously not happening. So I'm curious to see what they do with this. I would say that if for some reason we're wrong, it wouldn't shock me. Jake's not a guy that I couldn't see a belt on. I just don't think it's been built, though, the right way for me to be like, yeah, Jake's going to win that.
Just want to read a few comments real quick. We've kind of neglected that a little bit. Michael says too soon for Cody to lose. Tasselhoff92 also says it's way too early for Cody to lose. Lynn says Cody retains via DQ. Graham says Cody retains, Inner Circle and Elite get involved. Cody wins via DQ with MJF costing Hager. That's interesting. That's from PWNZ4 Abby87. Philip says Cody keeps it until he faces his brother.
That won't happen.
Okay, I like John's logic here. John says, and going back to a previous match, I want to stick with the Cody and Hager match, but I just want to read this real quick. He says, Omega, Hangman versus Lucha Bros be a good tag team match. I think Lucha Bros at some point within the next year will be AEW tag champions. That's all I'm going to say. I think they're too good to not hold the belts.
Did they get rid of the Death Triangle too, or is that just like tabled as well?
I think they've tabled it just because Pac is still
stuck.
Yeah. Larry says, I think Cody is choosing Cody due to the fact that Cody, part of the team, has started AEW.
Are you implying that Cody's going to keep making Cody win? Because that's not his decision.
Anyway, I don't know. Saki the Sock Puppet says Cody retains. Michael, I like Michael's prediction. He says time limit draw. If there is a time limit, I would not be shocked.
Cody and Hager?
Yeah.
I could see that and kind of keep it going.
Doug Jenkins says, I don't know why, but I'm going with Hager. Just have a feeling. All right. That was Doug Jenkins. Doug Blackburn says, if best friends win the title and later on lose them, will they still be best friends? I don't know.
That's a storyline they could play with, but I don't. They're kind of to me like the like Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys. Yeah. It's a tag team you don't really want to see split up,
but they might. That's not a bad observation. Dylan Apple says, are you reading off YouTube? Yes, I'm actually reading off our Restream chat thread, which includes both Facebook and YouTube. So, speaking of our platforms, guys, if you're on Facebook, I recommend switching over to YouTube and do it now before we start our giveaway here in a couple minutes, because YouTube has the most real-time video. Anywhere from 5 to 20 seconds, usually YouTube is ahead of Facebook. We're going to do old school wrestlers themes. It's just going to be one theme. We're not doing mashups. You just got to guess the wrestler. Whoever's the first one to guess that I see on our chat thread gets an entry. So I'll go through the details of that here in just a second. But if you're not already, jump over to YouTube. Let's put it this way. I wouldn't rely on Facebook to win. If you want to win, I recommend jumping over to our YouTube video. Go to goingbroadwaypodcast.com/YouTube, or just go to YouTube, type Going Broadway Podcast in the search box. And real quick,
promotional consideration paid for by the following.
I do want to let you guys know that all of our shows are archived on Facebook and on YouTube. You can check them out anytime you would like. If you can't watch us live, check us out at facebook.com/Going Broadway Podcast. Please like our Facebook page. You can check us out at goingbroadwaypodcast.com/YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we are also on Twitter and Instagram. Those handles are the same, at GoingBRDWI Pod. So check us out on those platforms. Please follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We also have a Patreon account if you're interested in becoming one of our paid patrons. We have 4 different tiers you are able to choose from. Each have their own perks and benefits, including free merch, additional giveaway entries going forward. So please check us out at patreon.com/Going Broadway Podcast if you're interested in becoming one of our patrons. We're still, like I said, we're looking to have our 3-belt giveaway. Hopefully sooner than later. We need to get to 5,000 Facebook likes and 1,000 Twitter followers. Twitter, we're not far off. I think we've got like 970 something, give or take. We got a little ways to go on Facebook, though. I think we've got about 4,200, a little bit less than that. So please share our pages with your friends. Invite someone to like our page. Invite someone to follow us on Twitter. Invite someone to follow us on Instagram. Invite someone to subscribe to our YouTube page. And help us get to those numbers so we can do our 3-belt giveaway. Jamie Waldrop says, well, that sucks. Lag is bad on both, so later, guys. Not sure what you mean. That might be on your end. It looks like we're doing okay on our end.
Yeah, mine's not lagging at all, so. Thomas says my Facebook is pretty close to YouTube, so.
Okay. Yeah,
if you don't have a YouTube, obviously still try to win, play.
Yeah, I mean, really, you could have both of them open if you wanted and just give it a shot. I mean, we're just kind of going off of what we've seen historically. All right, so today what we're going to do, I'm going to play like 10 or 12 different themes. It just depends. I don't have a list in front of me. I'm just going to kind of randomly pick. It's just one wrestler, so we're not doing mashups, but they're old school wrestling themes, so hopefully you know your old school stuff. Even if you win one, you can still participate in all of them. So you can get multiple entries, but each correct answer. So if you get the correct answer and you're the first one to get it, you get one entry. Each correct answer, you only get one entry. Again, it's just the first person that guesses it. So I was going to say something. I totally blanked. I don't remember.
Did you make sure to tell them that they have to say the exact
That's what it was.
name?
Yeah, so you got to tell me the exact wrestler's name. And to eliminate any kind of complications, I'm not going to accept abbreviations. So, like, just an example, he's not old school, but like if you were to say, hold on just 1 second, guys. Pardon me. If you were to guess MJF, this is kind of a kind of changing up stuff a little bit, but I want to play the soundbite.
Just when they think they got the answers, I change the questions.
I'm changing stuff up on you guys. I'm not accepting acronyms. So Andrew says Rob Van Dam, not RVD. Correct. You need to type out the entire wrestler's name. So like, that's a good example. Like you would have to say Maxwell Jacob Friedman because I want us all to be on the same page. I don't want there to be any kind of ambiguity, I guess. So Lynn says HBK. No, you need to say Shawn Michaels. Yeah, Lynn, that was Roddy Piper. Mr. Ryan says no HBK. You need to type out Shawn Michaels. You can't say just last names. You got to type out the full name. So, like, let's say, you can say Triple H. You don't have to say Hunter Hearst Helmsley because he's not been known as Hunter Hearst Helmsley for a while, but Triple H is sufficient. Like, if it's Hulk Hogan, you can't just say Hogan. You need to say Hulk Hogan. Stone Cold Steve Austin. No, you could just say Steve Austin. If it's part of his name, then I'll accept it. If it's like, so Roddy Piper, you don't have to put the rowdy part. You don't have to put the adjective, I guess. I just need the name. Yeah, Andrew's right. Steve Austin is fine, but not just Austin, if that makes sense. So terrorizing. I love it. Lynn says Roddy Piper or Heartbreak Kid. No, Heartbreak Kid would not suffice for Shawn Michaels. That's what I was going to say. So only the winner will know what we're giving away today. And I'll leave it to him or her to reveal on our podcast page when they receive it what they've won. I will only cover shipping within the lower 48 states. If you live in Alaska, Hawaii, or internationally, you'd have to help cover the shipping.
So you would say Bret Hart, not Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret
yeah,
Hart's
exactly.
fine.
Yeah, exactly.
And then somebody said, Anderson! Anderson!
I love Mr. Kennedy. He's one
Anderson.
guy. Well, you know what I mean.
I'm just kidding.
He was Mr. Kennedy first. All right, guys. Let's do this. So I'm about ready to play the first one. I need to make sure there aren't any ads, so bear with me. All right, no ads for this one. I got to get back to this. Now, for time's sake, just depending on if I like the theme or not, we might let it play for a little bit. We'll see. All right, here we go. First one. We got Andrew Lassell.
I got Andrew Lassell.
Surprised at how many people said Ultimate Warrior. All right. So Andrew was our first winner, but Andrew and any other future winners are able to continue to participate. So each one that is guessed is just worth one entry as we go. But Andrew can continue to participate. Anybody else that might get the first yes and get that particular entry, they can continue to participate. This isn't just a one entry thing. So.
Yeah, not mashups, guys. Just one.
Yeah,
person.
I said that earlier. These are not mashups. All right, this one does not have an ad either, so here we go. Pushing play now. Michael Jones. Michael Jones for the win.
I love that he put flying Brian.
We had a lot of varying answers for that one. We had Headbangers, The Rockers, Bushwhackers, Rock and Roll Express, Molina.
Molina.
I love it. Arn Anderson. I love it. This is so much fun, guys. All right. Let's see if there's an ad for this one. Yes, there is an ad, so we gotta hang tight for a second. Okay. Here we go. Playing right now. Michael says John Cena.
He knows that I'll laugh at that. Oh my god.
So far, no one has got it right.
Chuck Palumbo. Stacy Keibler.
So far, no one has got it right. Kevin, good guess, but that's not it. Okay, I'm going to rewind it. I'm going to give you guys a hint. Old school NWA television champion is your guess, or is your guess, is your clue. So I'm going to replay this. Here we go. Don Raja gets the win. Tom Zink, also known as the Z-Man. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, I apologize. Andrew got it first.
Oh, yeah, I see Andrew's up there. Everyone's just commenting so fast.
Yep. Andrew actually got that one. So Andrew gets another entry. All right. My apologies for the error in my...
There was like 7 that hit at once. That's
Right.
why I had to like look.
All right. We'll play about 7 or 8 more of these. We'll see.
Kid Rock.
I didn't know Kid Rock held the television title. All right, here we go, guys. Playing right now.
This should be quicker. This should be quicker.
Tasselhoff 92. Oh, wait, nope. Tasselhoff got the spelling wrong.
Oh my God, there they all are. Oh my God. Doc Flair.
Let's see. I've got Doug Jenkins.
That's who I think that's who I saw. I'm trying to go up.
Yeah, guys, we gotta have the spelling correct too. Tick Flar is not gonna. I will not accept that answer. Doug Jenkins gets that one.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Doug Jenkins.
All right.
They all flooded in though, like right after.
Right.
That. I was like, man.
Okay.
Someone said Charles Robinson.
Love it. All right. The next one I will actually accept multiple answers for. So here we go. I'm hitting play right now. Man, Andrew's on a roll. Andrew gets this one too. So this one I would have accepted Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, Mongo McMichael, or Chris Benoit. So Andrew with another one.
Guys, just a reminder that just because it pops up at the top of your screen that you're first does not mean that it was first.
Agreed.
Our Restream app actually tells us the exact time that each one came in. So these websites do like this mass thing where when they all come in, it might pop up first on your screen. Some of you are commenting you're first on that you were first on my screen. You popped up like 10th. So Alex here has it on the exact time.
Yeah, it literally tells me the hour, minute, and the second that the comment was made. So I think Mr. Ryan said he definitely saw his comment first or something like that. YouTube does batch commenting where if it's within a 60-second time frame, like if it's within the minute, like you might see yours first, but it might have been, like Cole said, it might have been 7th or 8th on our end. So, all right. Let's do...
I said Andrew because, man, he keeps winning these.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to limit... Andrew, if you get 2 more, I'm going to limit you to 5. I'm going to change this up a little bit. So you've got Andrew Lascelles has got 3 right so far. If he gets 2 more, I am going to limit it to 5. So
he's just killing it over here.
Agreed. All right. No ad on this one. So let's hit play right now. Michael Jones gets another one.
I love seeing all the comments that say no idea.
I know. I also love seeing the wrong answers. Jimmy Garvin, Heart Foundation.
If you don't know, just give us our sarcastic answer. Make us laugh.
I'm laughing with the no idea. All right. Let's do...
Someone said old themes sucked.
Well, I disagree. Old themes are why we have themes today.
Who's the NXT guy that always does like the rock move? He's like an enhancement talent right now, but he comes out to the ring. The one time he came out to the ring, he was all like bobbing his head around, like banging drums, and he sits in the audience now.
I don't remember.
Oh my goodness, he would kill most of these entrance themes. Like he should look at getting like an old school entrance theme like this because they would be hilarious.
Okay, so Cos A says too much WCW/NWA. Are you guys detecting a theme here? Just
Alex only likes WCW and NWA.
No, that's not true. I'm just
true.
No, so what I'm doing is I told Cole this before the show. If we play anything that WWE probably owns these too, but I don't want to play anything that's too new, so we don't get booted essentially. So, let's see. We've done 3, 4. We've done 6 so far. I'll tell you what. We'll do 4 more. We'll make it an even 10. All right, here we go, guys. There's no ad for this one. Andrew gets another one.
Michael Hunter was right behind him, though.
I'm going to your story, but bitch, you don't want to be at. This ain't no home sweet home. It's home sweet misery. We knew when we got here, they tried to put us away. But when they see us walk down the street, they ran the other way. Back free, let me
Someone said, why couldn't I have been born in the 70s?
I love Bad Street USA. If we had more time, I'd let some of these play. All right.
Someone said, dude, Andrew is using Shazam for sure. No, I know Andrew knows his old school stuff because he's always on our show talking about all this old school stuff. So I'm sure he knows these off the top of his head.
All right, Andrew, I'm only going to allow you to get one more correct. If you get one more correct, then you'll have to lay out for the last
Like two or three.
We got three more. We got three more that we're going to do. All right. All right, no ads for this one. So here we go. And play. KJ Designs and Productions.
Michael said Eddie Guerrero.
This is great. I love your guys' answers. This is fantastic. All right, so we got 3, 4.
Someone said an old wrestler.
Correct.
Can you be just
Put Jason Papa Shango?
Be a tad bit more specific.
I love it. All right, let's do we'll do two more. We'll do two more. All right. All right, no ad for this one.
Tajiri.
The Orient Express. Okay. I'm going to hit play right now. Oh. Right now. Hulk Hogan. Ian Rodriguez. Dustin Rhodes is correct. Ian Rodriguez gets this one correct. All right. Last one, guys. I'll accept multiple answers for this one as well. This one does have an ad, so bear with me for a second.
Some of these are just hilarious.
Even the wrong answers are great.
Someone said Weird Al, and I just like, they're just hilarious.
Some guy who hasn't wrestled in 30 years. Too Cold Scorpio. Magnum Ya. I know you mean Magnum TA. Rick Martel.
Funaki.
Nasty Boys. Dire Straits. NWO. I love it. All right, one more, guys. Like I said, this one I'll accept multiple answers, and this is the last one we're doing. Hitting play right now. David Tilley gets this one. Terry Taylor. I also would have accepted Terry Taylor, the York Foundation, Tommy Rich, or Richard Morton are the answers that I would have accepted. So
I love the Hurricane Helms guess, though, because it does just sound very superhero.
It does a little bit.
It sounds like the theme song of a superhero TV show.
Agreed. All right, guys, let's do this giveaway, and then we gotta wrap this show up here in just a second. I appreciate you guys that hung out and participated. That was a lot of fun. Like I said, we'll do these giveaways frequently. Wrestlers from the 80s for the win, Alex. Exactly. All right, let's do this randomizer real quick. It looks like we've got Andrew with 4 entries, Michael with 2, and then we've got Doug, David, Ian, KJ Designs and Productions, each with 1. So,
and last time we did this, the person who had 1 won.
Yeah, we had somebody, one of the winners that only had 1 entry won the contest. He won the tumbler. So, let's do this randomizer now. And I'll tell you what. You know what? I'll kind of spoil a little bit what the winner gets. The winner's going to get 2 things. I'm gonna spoil what one of them is. One of them is going to be Jim Ross's most recent book. It is brand new copy of Jim Ross's book titled Under the Black Hat. You'll get a brand new copy of that book, and you will get one other item that I'm not going to spoil. You'll just have to wait until you get it to see what it is.
And it's not a signed picture of me and Alex.
It is not.
We're still saving that.
Yeah, that legit might go with our 3-belt giveaway because that's going to be a priceless item. I mean, let's be honest.
You could eBay that.
Could eBay it, but you might get $10 for it.
$10 is more than what they spent.
All right. Good point. All right, guys. Yeah, Bonnie, it's a great book. So whoever wins this will be treated to a good read. Even if you're not a reader, I'm not a reader, but I mean it's a good book. So, like I said, brand new copy of Jim Ross's Under the Black Hat, his most recent book, will go to the winner, and the winner will also get one other item that will be a surprise to the winner. So, let's do this drawing. I'm trying to put my mic down here as close to the laptop as possible so you can hear me clicking. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, last click wins. Number 10, Michael Jones. Michael Jones for the win.
Mike Jones.
So, Michael Jones, please contact me. Again, I am not contacting winners of our giveaways anymore, so the winner needs to contact me either through my private Facebook page or through our Going Broadway podcast page on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, however you want. But Michael Jones is our winner. Michael can contact me at his convenience within 24 hours. Should he not contact me, we might do this again on Thursday, just depending on time. But we'll have a lot to talk about Thursday as well. We'll have 2 recaps on Thursday. So, and there'll be fun recaps at that. So, guys, again, thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. We sincerely appreciate it. Each and every Monday and every Thursday, we're live at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel. Cole, any final thoughts?
Guys, thanks for watching the greatest podcast ever. Make sure you go get that Going Broadway podcast merch. We have the Alex Cole Bebe shirt along with our Going Broadway podcast logo shirts and hoodies. So make sure you reach out to Alex if you are interested in any of those, and we will get you connected there. Remember, we might just do a giveaway where if you posted any time in the week with your Going Broadway cast merch on, you might get entered in. You never know. So get those in. Make sure you get one because you will want to be rocking all of our merch.
Exactly. Like Cole said, any way, shape, or form that you support our show, whether you share it with your friends, invite someone to like our pages, buy our merch, sport the merch, post it on our pages, any way, shape, or form that you do that, you know, one of these days we might do an unannounced giveaway just for people like Cole said. Maybe you have purchased a shirt or a hoodie, you post it on our page. We might do giveaways just for those people. You never know. In any way, shape, or form that you support our show, whether it's, you know, like I've said before, if you join us live like you just have, you had a chance to win. If you support our page by posting a picture of yourself in one of our shirts, you just never know. We'll surprise you guys in any way, shape, or form that if you support our page in a given way or a certain way, we might do a giveaway just for those people. As far as these shirts, they're $25 for a t-shirt shipped plus applicable taxes, $50 for a hoodie shipped plus applicable taxes. If you order a shirt XXL or bigger, there will be an additional charge there. So, once again, guys, I sound like a broken record, but we sincerely appreciate you guys tuning in, hanging out with us, participating in our funness, I'll call it. For Cole, for Alex, and myself, we'll catch you guys on Thursday.
And so, goodbye. And good night. Bang!
This podcast was a presentation of LightUpMedia.fm.